Hi, can you come up here, please? Yeah? Come on. Hi. Hi. Hi, Johnny Cash. Oh. Hello, vintage neighbors. Welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Laci, and today's video, we're doing something a little different. It has been a little while since I've just kind of sat down and given you some updates. And also, we recently did that live stream Q&A, and I wanted to be able to answer some more of those questions that you guys put in the live stream chat. So that's what we're doing today. Settle in, grab a cup of coffee or tea. Yes, I'm drinking hot coffee. It is currently 81 degrees in my house. It's fine, we're fine. First of all, I wanted to just say thank you so much for all of your love and all of your support on my fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. We did a Q&A live stream on June 20th for the Longest Day event, the summer solstice event for Alzheimer's awareness, and I felt your love and support in my heart. Thank you so much. It was wonderful seeing all of your names pop up. I do recognize your name. Those of you that comment frequently, I sure appreciate that. And it was really fun to see my vintage neighbors there supporting the cause and being involved. It just means the world to me. So with your help, we were able to raise over $1,600 for the Alzheimer's Association, and that is huge. So thank you for that. During that live stream, it was partially a Q&A, and there were a lot of questions that I wasn't able to get to or that I couldn't answer live or that I didn't see because there was a lot of them coming through. So I went back through the chat and I wrote some questions down. So we're gonna get to those in just a second. First of all, I thought I would give you some little updates on some things that I've also gotten a lot of questions about or comments about. So I thought it'd be good to just discuss those with you in a video so that you guys would know. A lot of you have noticed I am on a bit of a hair journey right now, and it's probably been a different color in like every video this whole month, but my sister does my hair. We are on a journey. My original goal was to bring my hair color to somewhat of a strawberry blonde, and I found out that's a really, really hard color to achieve when it's not your natural color. So like I said, it's been a bit of a journey. We're getting there. I do really like the color we're getting to as my hair fades. It's fading to a really pretty kind of golden blondish coppery color, and I do like that. So I don't know, man. We're on a journey. I'm honestly at this point not really sure what we're gonna settle on in the end. But I do appreciate all the love and compliments on my new hair. It is an evolution, so it's probably gonna change a few more times here this summer. We're having fun with it, and my hair is still in really good shape, like healthy wise, so we're going to continue this journey that we're on of getting to more of like a golden blonde kind of situation. So the red's not going away, not yet at least, but my goal is for it to be a whole lot lighter, so we'll see. We'll see where this hair adventure takes us. Next thing I wanted to touch on is sponsored videos. Some of you have commented I've been doing a lot of those lately, and you're right, I have been. That's kind of how it's worked out. Here's the thing. YouTube is kind of like a second job for me. So my first job, as you may know, is I manage a movie theater. So that is a full-time job for me, and YouTube is basically a second full-time job. So it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort. I do spend my own money on collecting gadgets, recipe ingredients, and all of these things that I use for my videos. It does incur cost. Ultimately, my end goal would be to be able to rely on YouTube as a main source of income, and that doesn't necessarily mean more sponsored videos, but what I will do is make sure and plan my schedule so that I can space out sponsored content and make sure that I am doing non-sponsored videos as frequently as sponsored videos. And if I do end up with a few extra sponsored videos, I will try my hardest to upload extra videos, bonus videos for you. Another thing that I want to make sure and mention is the sponsorships that I do choose to do are products that I believe in. They are things that I actually use and enjoy and find value in, and that I would recommend to other people as well. So I do have a lot of opportunities and sponsorships coming my way that I turn down because they don't fit with who I am. It's not products I know or use or trust. And so just know that I turn those down if they don't feel right to me and I don't feel good about recommending them, then I don't do that. And so the ones that I choose to do, I do find value in, and I don't mind passing that on to you. Plus, a lot of times there's a good coupon code or something like that that is also valuable. So just a little note about that. So moving forward, I plan to keep sponsored videos to 1 to 2 per month. This month is a little bit scheduled after this month. Going forward, that is the plan. And I will do my best to stick to that while still being able to fund my channel and make the content like higher quality and things like that for you. I do appreciate your understanding. I appreciate you guys sticking with me as I navigate this YouTube situation. I'm not a pro. I'm learning as I go, and I just really appreciate you guys sticking with me and being here for me. Ugh. In terms of other life updates, there is something that I have debated sharing with all of you. I do share a lot of my life on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, like social media in general. There is a lot that I share, and there's also obviously a lot in my life that I don't share, just things that happen day to day, things like that, or just personal things I don't feel comfortable sharing. So, but that being said, I never want to feel like I am misrepresenting myself or misleading anyone in any way. So that's kind of why I decided to share this personal information with you, and that is that earlier this year, my husband and I got divorced. Things between us are still really good. He is one of my best friends. We still have a very close relationship. We still do things together as a family, like little family trips, family dinners, things like that. We still have that, and I'm so grateful for that. He still does my photography for Instagram, so we are still very close, which is wonderful. And we will remain that way and be in each other's lives, hopefully for the rest of our lives, in some kind of capacity. So just know that that's a thing that happened. I'm okay. We're okay. We still have a very close relationship and a healthy relationship. But ultimately, it is something I decided to share, and I hope that you will be gentle and kind with this information. I don't plan on sharing any details or reasons as to why or what happened or things like that. That's all personal things, but just know things are good. Our relationship is still good. I still love and care for him. We are still very close and will continue to be so. I would just ask, as the vintage neighbors that you are, just please be kind, and I would just really appreciate no negativity or even like should have dones or advice, things like that. Just know that we are doing what's best for us and our family, and I just sure appreciate your kindness. So I think that's it in the way of updates and just general information for you guys. So let's get into some of the questions that popped up in the live stream that I wasn't able to answer during the live stream. So I went back through the chat and I wrote some things down. So let's get into some questions. One of the things that popped up quite a bit was questions about my glasses. So I did answer it briefly in the Q&A, but I thought I'd answer it again just because there was so many questions about my glasses. So all of my glasses are vintage frames, and all of them I have acquired thrifting or from antique stores or vintage stores. They are vintage frames. The lenses are prescription so that I can see. And I wear them pretty much every day, all day. Sometimes I take them off for photos or for filming, things like that, because it's hard with the reflection and what have you. So there were a lot of questions about that as well. So what my optometrist told me is they can pretty much put lenses in any frames as long as they are metal. So like, meaning the frame around the lens is metal with a screw that they can undo so they can take the lenses in and out easily. The plastic frames, sometimes they can do and will try to do, but as that plastic ages, it gets very brittle. And so a lot of times they don't want to even try because they're afraid of just breaking the frames altogether. So if you are in the market for some vintage glasses that you would like your prescription lenses in, try to find some that are metal frame. That will be easier for your optometrist to be able to work with and replace safely. Another tip is if you are buying vintage frames online, please make sure that you're asking for measurements if they're not provided, or that you are paying attention to the measurements, because it's very hard not to be able to try glasses on your face. So just keep that in mind. You'll want to pay attention to that. Sometimes vintage glasses, I've noticed, are quite small. I don't know, maybe they're child size, I don't know. So just pay attention to the measurements on the glasses if you choose to buy them online. Hopefully that answers all of your glasses questions. I want to try to be helpful on that matter as much as I can, so hopefully we're good. Let's go into some specific questions from the Q&A. Janet asked, do you ever wear the latest fashions other than 50s clothing? No, I don't really at all. As far as modern clothing that I do have, it is all either vintage reproduction or it is workout clothes. Like, I do have a few pairs of yoga pants, I do have some t-shirts, but in general, no, I don't wear any like modern style, today's style fashion or clothing at all. I don't own any of that, honestly. I hope I say this right. Marciela Copter asked, do you crochet? Yes, I do know how to crochet. My mom taught me how to crochet. I have made some Afghans. I have not made any doilies. She makes beautiful doilies, but that tiny hook and thread, it's too much for me, can't do it. But I have made a lot of Afghans. I do find it very relaxing to crochet. It's fun to do, I feel like, in the colder months, so fall and winter. I like to just put a good movie on and just work on a blanket, crochet. It's very relaxing, very soothing to me. So I do crochet, not as often as I would like, but I do. Sonia Moore asks, what is your favorite Disney movie? Oh, that's so hard. I love Disney. I think probably of their animated ones, at least, I would probably choose The Little Mermaid or Beauty and the Beast. Both of those are just like my childhood favorites and have stuck with me all through the years. I love The Little Mermaid. When I was little, I wanted to be a mermaid, so you can see why that one would appeal to me. I love it. Red Fury 45 asked, would you dress like this in high school? I wish that I would have, because that would have meant that I was being true to myself. Not that I wasn't then, but I don't feel like I'd fully grown into who I wanted to be. And I feel like that's true for a lot of us when we're in high school. We're not 100% us yet, if that makes sense. So if I could go back to high school, I think it'd be great to kind of have some of those self-discoveries earlier and be able to dress this way in high school. For me, because it is something that makes me feel beautiful, something that makes me feel like I'm being true to myself, it is a huge confidence booster. And I feel like everyone in high school needs a good confidence booster. In general, I feel like it's a very insecure time in kids' lives, and anything that you can do to make yourself feel more like yourself and to feel that confidence and feel like you're being true to yourself is a plus. ECPD asked, have you ever wanted to be an actress? My answer is kind of. I have been in a lot of short films, a lot of local films. There is a very fun film community in Southern Utah that I have been a part of in the past, and I have not done as much in the recent years as I would like to. It is a lot of time and a lot of effort, but very rewarding and very fun. So yes, I have done a lot of, I guess, like small time acting, and it was a very fun hobby for a while. I thought maybe it could be more, but things just never really worked out that way. And to be fair, I did not try super hard to find representation and to put myself out there as an actress. It is something I enjoy as a hobby and would consider doing in the future if the opportunity were to arise. Mid-Century 43 asked, any other YouTube channels you or your family watch, vintage or not? Yes, there are several that I like to watch. I enjoy my friends' channels so much. So I've mentioned before Christina at The Air Effect. Her channel is so much fun. Also Rachel Maxey. I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with her channel. I love watching her. My friends Lindsay and Jonas at It's a Charming Life. My friend Vicky Bermudez. And gosh, there's a lot, and I'm afraid I'm gonna leave people out. So I will try my best to link the ones that I love to watch in the description so that I can spend a little bit more time and make sure that I don't forget anyone. As far as non-vintage channels, there are only a few that I watch consistently. One of those is Taylor Wynn. She does makeup, beauty reviews, makeup reviews, channels that my son loves. We watch Binging with Babish. I don't know if you're familiar, but he is a chef and he makes a lot of recipes from TV shows and movies, so that's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, there's a few that I enjoy. I wish I had more time to be able to watch all of them, but feel free to drop your recommendations in the comments. I always love finding new fun channels to follow and to watch. AWS, how did you learn to sew? Mostly my sewing is self-taught. Things that I wasn't sure about, YouTube University, man. I really have just learn as I go, just dive in, do what I can, ask questions. I do have a few friends that are very talented seamstresses, so when I run into problems, then I go to them or to YouTube to find some answers. So I guess my point is, go for it. If you want to sew, just go for it. If I can do it, believe me, you can do it. Last question Skylar X asked, is dressing and doing vintage high maintenance? I mean, I feel like that's relative, because when there's something that you do on a daily basis, it doesn't feel high maintenance, it's just what you do. I don't feel like dressing and doing hair and makeup vintage takes any longer than average person that does hair and makeup every day. I take about an hour to get ready in the morning. That's from like out of bed to out the door. So to me, that doesn't feel high maintenance. I mean, I guess as far as the clothing and the furnishings and like home decor things, it is a little bit more specialized. And so you can't just necessarily run to your local department store and find things. So in that way, maybe a little bit more high maintenance to find these items, but there is definitely a way to do it that is not high maintenance in terms of cost. As you know, I am very thrifty and on a budget. So in terms of cost, no, not high. You can do this on a very tight budget if you take the time to thrift, if you take the time to look for deals or look for things that are more as is, as in they need a little bit of fixing up, especially when it comes to vintage clothing. If there are some seams that are out or things like that, you can get the piece for a lot less and then just do some minor repairs and you're good to go. So I guess my answer to that question is that it doesn't really have to be. Anything that any lifestyle or style that you choose to have has some maintenance to it. So I wouldn't say it is higher maintenance than any other like style choice or decor choice that you would make. All right, friends, I think that is it for this video. I sure appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sticking with me as I navigate these big life changes and kind of overscheduling, overbooking things that have happened. I appreciate you being here, and your love and support and this vintage neighborhood means the world to me. So thank you, thank you. If you are new and you happen to just stumble in on this video, feel free to subscribe. We would love to have you as a part of our vintage neighborhood for more of our vintage fun. I do have some exciting things coming up in the months to come, some good video ideas, and I'm always open to suggestions from you. I appreciate those in the comments. Anything that you would like to see from me, feel free to leave a comment and let me know, and I will do my best to work those things in. So I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are feeling safe and feeling loved, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye. Would you like some coffee, sir? I don't think it's a good idea. Better not. Better not, bud.